to another episode of The Unfiltered by Jade. Today we have an awesome person with us. Her name is Kay, and she's going to be telling us all about housing, what to look for, what not to look for, the expectations, and everything that goes along with it. So, hi Kay.
Hi, good. Hi, how are you?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, so we have a number of questions, but before that, can you just introduce yourselves to the persons listening to the podcast?
Okay, so my name is Kay. I'm a real estate agent for the past 6 years. I love real estate. I love interior decoration. So basically, I love everything that has to do with house.
Here, that she loves everything that has to do with it. So if persons are interested in finding out what to do with their house, you can just reach out and I'll definitely give you the link to Kay. What we'll
Yes.
need to find out is rent or buy. What is the preference? What you think people should do? I mean, not every day people have the money to go and buy homes. So, but
Well,
what is the preferred rent or buy? Because sometimes people are paying 200 and something for a house when it's better they use that as a mortgage. Am I correct?
you're correct, but then again, it depends on the person. You have people that don't want the responsibility of having to maintain the premises. So renting somewhere is okay for them. You have those people, while you have some people that, yeah, mortgage, they want to own their own house, so paying $200,000 fine. Um, the mortgage,
Mm-hmm.
the interest rate is high. Let's just let's just put it out there. Interest
Okay.
rate is high. It's not everybody's able to afford a home, and to know that you want to purchase a home, you want to purchase a home, you're getting $80,000 per month for pay
Mm-hmm.
after tax. There is no way you're going to be able to afford somewhere in Kingston.
Not
And
at all.
then for the past couple of years, let's not say NHG lend you $6.5 million. At the end of the day, that's not enough, right?
Mm,
So some people will just let me wait until my my position is better, when I can be able to afford something else. Or let me spend that 6.5 million. Probably I need to buy a lot and build on, instead
okay.
of buying a house.
Mm,
Right?
but looking at it, is it better to buy a lot and build a house or just buy a house? I mean, people have the idea that they want to have their own dream house. They know they want to build their homes. But am I spending more money by buying a lot and building a house, or is it equivalent to seeing a house and purchasing it?
Well, it goes back to, if it's a case that you're going to buy a lot, you just have to tell yourself that this so I'm going to have to buy a lot in the hills, because the reality is the lots on the flats are pricey.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's like 50 to even 50 million dollars, a little bit of money to buy a lot,
wow.
right? And it's either you're going to find somewhere in an area where you don't want, or you will have to, you have to compromise.
Okay.
You have a lot of clients out there that they want this, and this is what
Mhm.
they want, so they are willing to just wait for years before they actually get it, because this is what they actually want, and they're not willing to compromise. But
Okay.
when you say that I am going to do house hunting, you have to keep an open mind that you're not going to get the perfect house that you want at the price range that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And
On
maybe instead of house, you will have to go and get a land,
okay. Okay.
right? So you have to go into the market with an open mind, right? Because example, I have a client. He's in the army, and he's qualified for $15 million, and he wants a house in Avondale. The reality is, it's hard to get a house in Avondale for $15 million.
Wow.
Right?
So,
But
so you have to probably look at a different place now to say, okay, let me get a
yes,
house there, which you
you
don't necessarily want.
want that area. Even if Patrick City, Washington, Patrick City, the house is going for $20-something million.
It makes sense. That's why you have so many people still paying rent for
Yeah, so
homes
that's why
because
I
it is,
have people still
yeah.
paying rent, because they want. And what people don't understand is that you can make a home your dream home.
Yes,
I
I
I
know.
can
That's
buy this
I'm
box.
coming. Yes,
I can.
that's another question that I was coming to in terms of fixer uppers or a new house and why. And I ask that because if it is that I see a house and it is not the exact way that I want the house to be,
Mhm.
would it be better I buy the house and then fix it up? I mean, it's gonna be more money because I'm gonna be investing, but the as I said, I'm gonna be buying the house, I'm gonna be fixing it up to my liking, but at least I'm investing in something that is gonna be mine and how I want it to look.
Exactly. And the thing it's not really a preference as in new, or because if it's a case that it's based on budget, right?
Right,
Because if it's a case that you're qualified for $25 million
right,
and you're able to purchase, there is new apartments on the market at that price range, or
right.
there is a house on, you now get new house in Jamaica for not, let's not say in Jamaica, in Kingston for $25 million. It's going to be all out, so you're gonna have to do some fixing,
Work on, some work
right?
on.
But you can always turn that home into a dream home. And what's happening is that you fixing it up increase the price of your property. So
Right.
you purchase it for $25 million and you invest. You change the tiles, you change the windows. When it's time that you want to sell that house, the price is going to go up,
Go up. Right.
right?
I
Because you
understand.
improve and you maintain that property.
Right. Right. I don't know about how much it's done in Jamaica where people will buy houses that are probably old house and fix it up. I'm not quite sure how much it's done, but I'm seeing, because I've seen vlogs
Mhm.
and people probably in the US that they prefer to buy fixer-uppers
Yes,
where they will have a structure, or they will see a structure and say, oh, I love this house, but I'm gonna take out I'm seeing a lot of interior stuff where people will take out, let me take out the kitchen and put in the how I want the sink to be, how I want it. I see it more being overseas than in Jamaica. I'm
yes.
not
It's more
right.
it's more overseas than here, because personal, I think that Jamaican people just, I want this and this is what I want. They are not open minded and say, listen, if I buy this, I can turn it into this.
Something else.
I can buy this piece of garbage and turn it into gold. They're not
Yeah.
thinking like that. They're thinking
I
like,
think I
and not
think
let's
because
not
they don't
say
want to
think.
spend the money.
Yes, let's not say think. It's the money, because to know that you're going to invest $15 million in purchasing something, and then you have to go spend an additional $3 million to fix
Mm-hmm.
it up. You
Mm-hmm.
have to question, where are you going to get that additional $3 million
For from to get it done.
to
And
get
by
it
the time you
done?
finish
Exactly.
taking up the loan to even buy the house,
Exactly. And not only that,
then
probably it's not moving ready. Probably it's not something that, you know what, I can live into this one bedroom and just fix up the other two bedroom. So probably it's not moving ready. Probably I have to go and fix the ceiling. Probably the ceiling is leaking and all of those stuff. So when you're going out there and doing purchase, there's a lot of stuff that you have to think about.
Oh, interesting. Um, how do you evaluate hosting cost?
Well, for me, I prefer to tell my clients to do a valuation, because as a realtor I don't do valuation.
Well, speaking about as a realtor, let me ask this question before you continue with this. What exactly is your job as a realtor?
As a
Is it
my
is it I call you and I say, okay, I need a 5 bedroom and I want it in this area. You can find it for me, please. And that would be the job, to find the house. And I say, okay, I want it between this and this cost, and you find it. Is that the job? Is that your
well
job?
well, my job is not only that. For me, I like to carry my clients through straight through the process. So
Okay.
sometimes you will have client that WhatsApp text me on Instagram or WhatsApp me and say, "Okay, I'm looking for a house. This is my budget." And we start talking, we start getting to know each other. And first, I'm going to know, are you buying cash or mortgage? And the
Okay.
person mortgage, are you pre-qualified already? Because what's happening is that we need a pre-qualification letter to prove that this is how you're going to purchase the premises. And when you're
Mhm.
submitting the offer to purchase, you need that letter. So, and it can take a time, because you need to carry in your job letter to the mortgage institution, your pay slip, and all of those stuff. So it can take a time. So if it's a case that you're not pre-qualified already, I said okay then. I will say JN. I like J. I love JN.
Okay.
I will like JN have a nice interest rate, and I have mortgage reps at JN that I work with previous clients. So I will send them the contact this person, and I will call the rep and say, did Jade call? Did she give you all the documents already? So I work straight through the process,
Okay.
right? If it's a case that we finish purchase, contract says you get your keys and everything, and you want to do any fixing, you can always call me. Okay, this is what it is. You can get it here. So I try to please my client to the fullest.
Nice. So you offer all kind of service
Yes, so it's not real real estate is not just being,
at one stop shop,
yeah, because
basically.
even after even after once the offer is submitted, and the vendor, which is the person that's selling the premises,
Right.
accept the offer, it's sent over to the lawyer. From there, both the purchaser and the selling lawyer in contact. So you will see that sometimes my clients will text me, what is this is what, and I am like, okay then, I will contact the I will contact the lawyer to get information for you. That is not something that I am supposed to do, but I still go up my way and ensure that my client is comfortable.
Mm. You go above and beyond to ensure that your client gets what they're paying for. Because the thing is, I'm just gonna praise you for that, because many persons it's just a one-stop shop. I mean, in terms of how they do stuff. Sorry, it's not necessarily a one-stop shop for persons. Sometimes people just want to get straight to the point. This is it. I'm only doing this. After this, I'm not doing
Yes,
this. You're
it's
gonna have to
only
find
to
somebody
get
else
the
to do it.
pay, but for
Right,
me
only to
it's
get the
not.
pay. But right, because you love your job. So therefore, because you love your job, you're doing everything to make your clients comfortable. And in turn of what you're doing means that now you're getting a word of mouth. So people now are saying, hey, I work with Kay from wherever, and she's good. She took me through the process, and she has helped me. She even helped decorate my house, whatever. So in turn, you get more clients. just by loving what you do and your approach to how you go about your job, which is good.
Thanks.
So I want to know, right? So going back now to how do you evaluate the housing? Is it you evaluate it based on, okay, as we had talked about the structure? Is it an dilapidated house? Is it something
as
that
I
needs
stated,
fixing?
as I stated before, for me, I try not to do it because at the end of the day, I don't want to tell my client, listen, sell this house for $20 million, and then a next house down the road is selling, comes up on the market a day after for $30 million. Then my client is going to be like, why did you tell me $20 million when something is selling down the road for $30 million? So I always
Mm.
recommend that you do a valuation. What the valuator do, they will come in and they will do they will
Job asking how much
they will
how
do
much is
their
in the house.
job,
What is it under
and
that?
they will tell you how much the premises is valued. So therefore
Right.
I can use that valuation report and say, okay, then do you want to sell it at the market price, or do you want to go down a bit?
Okay, okay. So they're the one that made that decision.
Yes.
They're the one to
um
sell it.
Client is the one that made the decision what they want to sell the premises for. Sometimes client do go over the price.
Okay.
You just have to allow them to. I can't tell them, don't, I am not going to sell it for this price. It's either I
Okay.
accept the listing or I don't.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Sometimes I will say, okay, then, you want to sell it for this price? In my opinion, it's going to be on the market for a while, but we can test. We can do a test run. So is if it's on the market for 6 months and if nobody's interested, let us just go down with the price
Because
after 6 months
I
and
mean,
see what's going on.
right. Because if it is that you had stated before about a house in a, say it's in a particular neighborhood, and I'm learning this as I go along. So if it is a house in a particular neighborhood, first of all, people look at the neighborhood where the house is, and they then say, okay, I want this particular house here. And if it is that, as I say, the house, somebody say, okay, let's sell this for 30, and then they realize what somebody else two houses away selling it their own for 50. I could have sold mine more. Um, so for me, it's a thing of also knowing where the house is for persons to even say, okay, if the house is in an uptown area, obviously, or if it's in an area where people, and going back to the second point, where people keep their surroundings clean, they maintain the place, that whatever it is, the house is obviously going to be at a higher rate than for a place where you have broken down houses, there's no maintenance, there is the house them just not look good, they have been lost, they have been forgotten. You're not gonna get a good read on that.
That's true.
But
So
right,
it depends on the condition, where it's located. It depends on all of that. Right?
right,
It also depends on what what the cost, the market cost is. Because if it's a case, I live in Barbican, and most houses in my area is selling for $25 million or $50 million. I'm not going to sell my house for $50 million.
nope,
Right? I'm going to compare what my next door neighbor sell her house for. And
right,
if it's a case that my next door neighbor have alarm system and 24-hour security and electronic gates and all, swimming pool and all, and she's selling for 50, and I don't have those stuff, then I know that I can't sell my premises for $50 million because I don't have those stuff.
right, right. So it's really dependent on the surrounding houses that make that house have value, whether it's up or down, whether it is in between, it's the surrounding areas and how the area is and how the house is that make up the evaluation for the house. So people out there, when it is that you are getting a house, Get an evaluator. If it is that your realtor don't offer that service, get an evaluator. Let them evaluate the place first, and then you move on from there because that's important. So you know how much money you're supposed to be getting and how much money you're not supposed to be getting. What I also want to find out is what are the pros and the cons. Well, let's start out with the cons. What are the cons of being a realtor? What are some things that people don't know? Because many people don't know what it is to be a realtor, you know. They just know say, okay, somebody I call. Because I've had realtors before and I've seen parents have realtor and I call them, you can find a house for me for I want a two bedroom and I only can pay, let's say, $35,000 or $40,000. Can you find it? And I'm expecting a magician work to happen, and I find a house,
That is
and I go
so
look at the house
true.
and move in.
That is so true. The cons of being a realtor is that guess what? You get to travel all over in Jamaica because I am
That's a
not.
pro.
Yeah,
That's a pro.
sorry. The cons of being a realtor is that it's not easy. People think it's so easy and like you just sell a house and that's it. People always saying that realtor is rich. Nothing like that. So you have you're laughing. Listen. I I in the past I have a client, right? She was looking at premises for her mom. She lives in the state and she came down. She was looking at premises for her mom. And in Mandeville. I live in Kingston.
Right.
So the process is when a client contact you, what you do is you will ask them what is it that they're looking for, what are some of the amenities they want, what are some of the areas, what are their budgets, and all of those stuff. She told me her budget was $30 million. Okay,
Right.
that's fine. I sent her a list of stuff that was in Mandeville. I think I sent her like about 10 to 10 to 12 properties. She wanted to see all 12 properties.
Wow.
Okay, that is fine. I can't show her all 12 premises on the same day. So
Right.
therefore, I think I had to go to Mandeville like 4 times.
No miss.
So I'm traveling from Kingston to Mandeville 4 days.
No miss.
And then this lady said, "Oh, we changed our mind. We're no longer interested in purchasing." Okay, that's fine. So so you have me coming to Mandeville for 4 time from Kingston and showing you 12 premises, and you're not interested in looking at none of them.
That
None
is
of
why
them.
you're a realtor and I'm not a realtor.
Okay, that's one for me. The second one is sometimes it's hard to get listings. Sometimes
Okay.
it's hard to get it because I am a bit, let's say I'm a bit antisocial, so it's hard for me to go out there and get listings, and so I'm a bit selling agent. I will look the premises for my clients.
Right.
That's me. In the development market now, it's a bit tricky because some developers don't want to list their premises to realtors because they don't want the premises to be on the MLS.
What does
And
that mean?
the MLS system is a global system, so all realtor is like this one group that all realtor have access to. So if you can list something on the MLS and I see it, right? So
Okay.
it's not only on the company website, but there's a MLS website that all realtors in Jamaica can see the listing.
Okay.
So yeah, you realize that some developers don't want to list MLS, and they want to sell the premises on their own, and it's just it's not easy. It's hard. You have good days and you have bad days,
Mm.
right?
What my thing about that is that um I don't promise anybody. I am driving from Kingston to Mandeville 4 times to look for a house. For you to tell me that you're not interested anymore. Yes, I mean the proper thing to do is because it's your job, it's something that you decided you want to do. So you're supposed to, okay, no problem. And it shouldn't really bother you because I mean nothing is final until the paper is signed and the transaction is done. So nothing is final.
Exactly. Nothing is
But
final.
let me tell you
And
something. There is something that would come out in me that probably should have come out at the time because I have wasted gas money. And that is why I don't do certain jobs. So I'm gonna say kudos to you again for doing that. Because
sometimes sometimes
yeah,
it's just a test, and that person, even though sometimes you have to keep you cool and you have to still be okay, that's fine. I hope I can help you in the future or whatever. But that same person can recommend you to somebody else that actually do a purchase, right? So you just have some people that, like today, my one of my coworker was telling me how she have this premises that's in Ocherius, and during the whole pandemic thing, somebody called her. He was interested in looking at the premises, and they set up a date. So the Sunday, she said, okay, then she gets up early because it's 10 o'clock is her showing. She gets up early and she's on her way to Ocherius. Calling the
mm,
person, she can't get the person.
mm,
So she said, okay, then
no,
let me go somewhere to get breakfast. It's hard to get breakfast because most places is closed. So she finally
right,
finds somewhere. She'll make her order, sit in the car, waiting on her meal to come. She tried calling back this person, finally get him. He's
nothing.
like, oh, I'm still in Kingston.
No,
Can
no, man.
can you WhatsApp me?
No.
Okay then. Um, so she's like, so what time you're going to get here? He's leaving out now. Okay then, that's fine. She gave him like a hour. Call back. Where are you? Oh, I have an emergency and I am unable to make it.
Mm-mm. No.
So, and I am like, so, and you're not, you don't see that you should have called to say, Miss Brown, I am unable to make it. Sorry for making you drive from
I,
Kingston to
I, don't- I
Ocherius.
think I don't think that persons are not good communicators sometimes, and it causes issues where they don't know how to deal with person because that's person's valuable time you have just wasted. And that is a big con because people gonna waste your time. People going to step over you and waste your time, and they are gonna feel like it's not an issue and they should do what they're doing because they're looking in the house and you are supposed to help them to get it because that is your job. And that for me that is why I am not a realtor. That is why, because I don't have that patience, I don't have that drive, and I don't think I'm going to do so well as how you're doing that. I'm not going to do
And
so well at it.
one of the big thing is that my job is not safe. It's not something that I have a security sitting at the gate. It's not safe because sometimes I don't know who my client is. I have never seen my client in my life. We have never have a personal conversation. So my job is never safe, right? Because
That's
I am
true.
just meeting Tom for the first time in my life. I don't know. if Tom is trying to rob me,
Right, or do something
do
bad. So
something bad. So I
there's no
don't
real
know.
security there. So you're just going there with Jesus.
Yes, I am going there with
Mm.
Jesus. So sometimes, sometimes when I am going on showing, I have I have my exit points. I'm not going to park. I'm not going to park somewhere that I have to go and reverse out because I
Okay,
can't reverse that perfect.
okay.
So I always park front out. I always look at my surrounding. I always show up a bit early so I can see
Your surroundings
my
and
surrounding. I can probably talk to the neighbor. Probably
right.
talk to the neighbor. If it's a complex, I can always talk to the security, and I will. Well, I'm going to show apartment this. You can just walk on that block because I don't know mine. Yeah.
Right.
So
To make sure that you're safe
to
also. 'Cause you have to look out for
ensure that
things
I
and
am
property.
safe, right? And
That
I'm always telling somebody where I am. Like
right, and that's important.
even
That's
when I'm in
important.
the office, I'm like, I'm going to do a showing at five five Lane Avenue.
Right.
So if it's a case that
People will
nobody
know.
hear from me, somebody
They
know
know who
where I
you
go.
are and so they
Mhm.
can go and see. That's something that I think people should do that when they have a job like that, that there's no security, there is nothing there to protect you. You have to sometimes protect yourself. So I think that's important. People let people know where you're going when
Mhm.
you're doing shootings, because we don't know what can take place, we don't know what can happen, we don't know who is who. So we have
Exactly.
to ensure that we try and take care of ourselves. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go on a short break, and then right after this we'll come right back.
Okay.
Hello and welcome back to the Unfiltered by Jade. We're speaking with Kay. She's a realtor, and we're speaking about the pros and the cons, the fixer-uppers, how to evaluate the housing, and what exactly it is that a realtor do. We're also speaking about securing ourselves and making sure that we are okay. So after we show a house, we can come back out without people wondering where we're at or whatever happened to us when we went to show the house. I want to know, give me three pros. One of the pros that you have started before is that it's easy for you to, yeah, I mean, it's not a stagnant job where you're one place. Your job takes you all over the island.
All over
Give
the island. I
Give
I
me,
love that.
yeah, and that must be exciting because you get to travel. You don't get to
Yes.
sit on one place in an office and
And
dilly dally. You actually get to go places, even probably
yeah,
places that you have never visited before.
exactly. And I'm not
Right.
the office person. I can't stay in the office. I can't stay in one area for all day, every day. I'm going to go crazy. So just driving out, meet. The second thing is meeting people. I meet
Okay.
some of my clients are amazing. Like I
Mm-hmm.
love them.
Mm.
Their
That's
personality, just meeting different person, that's
right.
good. The
Mm.
third is I love to know the fact that I am able to get somebody their dream home.
Nice.
I
Very
just like to see that smile on somebody's face when they walk into a property and they're just like, this is mine. So you can see that
mm.
expression on their face.
Understand.
Okay, I like this premises.
Nice. Nice. I mean, you must get a joy after that, after your hard work has paid off. I mean, going through the ropes, going through the process, and we know that the process sometimes, especially in Jamaica, well, not even in Jamaica, but anywhere, is the process to go through the bank, to get the documents. Sometimes it can be a bit tedious. So I mean, after you get that process done and you have reached a finish line, why you're happy because you get the house and you now feel fulfilled because you have helped somebody to get what they desire, what they want, or their goal, and you have seen them through their toys. It's like you have a child and you push the child.
Exactly.
I don't even know why I'm giving this example because I don't like school, but you have a child and you're pushing them to go and finish school, and after they graduate high school, the joy that you feel that your child have overcome these obstacles and have finally come out victorious. It's such a good thing. So I mean, I can
Yes,
understand the joy
it
that you
is.
feel when your clients get what they want, and you know that you were their backbone in helping them. So I salute you for that, also for
Yeah,
going above and beyond for your clients.
it
The
is.
last thing I want to find out from you before
Mm-hmm.
we wrap up is, after the house is sold, what next? What now after that?
You get your keys and you move in and you decorate your home and you sleep in your bed.
That is
That
right.
exactly.
So nobody
That
else not going to call us for no. Nobody is going to call us for any other documents, because
no,
everything should have been signed,
no.
sealed, delivered, and done.
Once is it that you, because at first you do the showing, you look at the premises, you look at two property and you said, you know what, this one have shower and this one have bath, I like this one better. Then you sign up your documents, you give me a pre-approval letter, your ID, your source of funds, your 10%, because you have to pay 10%, 5 to 10% deposit. So
Mm.
you give me a bank statement with all of that. I send in your offer. The owner accept the offer. The the offer is sent off to the lawyer. When the offer is sent off to the lawyer, then the lawyer do the sales agreement. Then when
Okay.
the sales agreement is drafted up, you pay your 10% deposit,
Right.
and then now we're waiting on the bank. Not
Right.
before the bank do any handover, any transfer of funds, they will
Mm.
ask for a survey report and
Okay.
a valuation.
Okay.
So you have to get that. You as the purchaser have to get those done.
Okay.
You have to pay your side of the stamp duty and all those fees at the tax office, titles and all the GCT. And once all of that is paid for, the bank send over the funds and you get your keys, you're good to go. It's just time to move in, time to decorate, and just enjoy your new home.
Awesome. Awesome. So people who are listening, Tisha gave you a detail of how it is to go around to get that house, to get that dream house that you want. If it is that you want to rent house, because the world is not a fixed place, and requires everybody requires a certain amount of money, or some people don't have that right now. So people tend to want to rent. So if it is that you want to rent, or you want to do the mortgage, or sorry, rent, or even get your own home, she has given a procedure on how to go about doing these things. You can either decide that you want to get an already done house, or you want to get a house to fix up, whichever it is that you desire. It is, it's your choice. Go for it and find a great realtor. You have Kay here. Find a great realtor to help you and go through the process. She goes above and beyond for her clients.
Yes, I
So
do.
we know that's why we are cheer you on in our coach in a cheerleader uniform and everything, because we know say you do the work, and we're here telling people say you do your work for your clients then. So I want to thank you so much, Kay, for being on the podcast today. We really truly enjoyed you being on the podcast. You gave so much detailed information, things that persons don't generally know, because as I said, people think that for realtors they are rich and they have money, and we sometime, and I'm putting myself in there, expect sometime we call a realtor and the realtor is supposed to deliver, you know, and it doesn't work that way all the time. So we just want to tell you thank you so much for the work that you're doing. Thank you also for putting yourself out there for persons who need you, because we need you. And for those who are listening, if you're looking for a home, you're looking for a house, you're looking for whatever it is you're looking to decorate, you know where to go. So I want to thank you, and we'll definitely see you again next week, Tuesday, on The Unfiltered. Thank you.